Hello, welcome everybody. I don't know whether you could hear any soundtrack to that intro. It's supposed to have been fixed. Keith, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, we did
Oh,
hear
good, good.
music.
And you did hear
Yeah.
me. Excellent, good. I
Yep.
can't hear anything at all. So, but Tom did assure me he'd fixed it. So, oh, good, excellent. We're all back and running, or up and running, one or the other.
Yes,
But
the
I'll bring
audio was
Keith
good.
in just to prove he's here.
Just to prove I'm here, you can hear me, guys. But welcome and thank you all for coming along and supporting Andy. So
And
I know he's going to dump me in the back while he talks about what he's going to do. So
certainly
I'll
will.
say
I'm
bye for now.
I'm just muting.
Okay.
So, oh, hello. I've got it coming out of my speakers now.
Oh, he screwed it up. He gets one bit going and he loses the next.
Yeah, I'm going to swap over to Jabberlink.
We're nearly there. Don't worry,
How very
guys.
odd.
Yeah.
So we'll get there in a minute. I'm just going to pop over to YouTube, make sure I didn't mute it. That's why. Right, let's try that.
Yep.
That should be better. Good. Yep,
Yes.
it is.
No background noise now. I can just hear
No,
you.
no, good. I shall switch back to where I was before, but not yet. I'll wait till after I've finished. Good. Okie doke. So I'll put Keith into the background and just talk about a little about what we're going to do. You've seen the blank on excuse me, the intro to YouTube, and I've got it sitting here. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I'm going to do to it, which I think was that camera. Yeah, that's the texture I'm going to be using. This is a very small blank. That's the size of my hand, so it's nowhere near 12-inch. But I wanted to try the texturing tool out just to make sure a bit of the chestnut wax stuff. So that is the blank. Which, if I move that up a bit, you'll be able to see it a bit better. Drop it back a bit. Somewhere there, it's going to fall down. I think. No, there it is. Yeah. So it's a 12-inch ash blank, which is looking quite encouraging. And I'm going to be going back up to. Oh, it's that one. Sorry, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Don't worry about it. It's nearly Christmas. That's the problem.
He's taking his medication, guys, so it should be okay.
So as I say, that one's very small, but it was literally to try out this. I'm using a texturing tool which I've hardly used before. Oh, shut up, phone. Which is that one? It's the Axeminster texturing tool. It's more of a knurling tool, really, but they come
Pull
in
it back a
two
bit
different.
because you're out of focus.
Sorry,
That's better. Yeah.
they come in two different widths, 1/4 inch and 3/8, and two different teeth arrangements, which is 12 TPI and 16 TPI. This is the 12 TPI, which is the one I'm going to be using. The bit I was showing you just now was 16 TPI because I didn't check the label before I picked it up. But that worked, so this should work even better. So that's what we're going to use, but that's quite a bit later on, so we'll come to that when we come to it. The chestnut waxes, I think we have used before, the rainbow waxes. Those of you who were at the chestnut special last year will remember
Weekender.
it. The weekender, that's the word I was
Yeah,
looking
that's
for.
when they were launched, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. And they're really very nice to use. So we'll get onto those later on. And I'm going to be applying them with a brush and then wiping them back off again. Okay, so I think that's it really. Let's play.
Let's get the show on the road.
Right, yeah.
As they say.
I'll get a camera working. I don't know which one. We'll see. That one probably. We'll try it and see. If we don't like it, we'll change it.
Looks good until you start, but
yeah,
until you get the tool rest on.
No use for anything. Where's the big one? There it is.
Yeah, we should be able to see that a treat, mate.
Good. Yeah, it's literally 18 inches away from it. So. Right then, let's see what we can do. Put a bit of
while you create some shavings, I'll read out who's in the list then.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We got the first one in, according to what I can see, is Colin. Was Wood Wizardry by Colin, but he's not going to be here. He's got to go off and see his good lady. So he was in and then he was out. Followed by Rob Copper Owl wood turning. Michael McEwen, Brian Watkins, Tommy's Workshop, Chris Dodds from the other side of the world, Pipsy Turner, and I can never remember Pipsy's Christian name, but I'm sure it will all make sense later on. Robert Dolman, Colin Izzard, again, Malcolm Douglas, Doug Miller, David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter, Adam at I Love Wood Turning, but he's not here apparently. Greg Alexander, Terry Hooper, he's in early today, just started lunch. Well, you can't go without. You're knocking the camera every time you go through there, mate. Just see it moving, yeah.
I might have to just lift it a little bit in a minute.
Yeah. Brent Baycroft is in. It's totally knocked it now.
Camera's gone drunk.
Jennifer's Craft and Creations in. Hi, Jennifer.
Is that better?
That's okay. Yep. Gary Glass is in. Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's in, and that is the bottom of the list of names that I've got. If I've missed anyone, it's either tough or you put your name back in again. And Pixie is Jeff. Let me know that I can probably still forget that by the end of the session. Something to do with age, but not to worry. So yeah, that's the bottom of the list that I've got anyway.
And the other thing we forgot was the weather forecast. It's beautiful. Lovely sunny day. I've had to pull all the blinds down because there's too much light in the workshop. I've turned the heater off. I'm now going to take my jacket off because I'm too hot.
Well, it was 16 up here just before I came into the office to run the commentary, so I'm assuming it's about 16 down with Andy.
It probably is because it's not far away.
No, quarter of an hour away.
It's really surprisingly warm today. It's lovely. I'm not complaining at all.
No.
Yep.
Not a cloud in the sky, but it's not bright blue. It's sort of a bright grey, light grey, but still the sun's out. Webfoot, Resin and Wood Creations has joined us.
What's the size for the...
Who from, Terry?
64.
Do you want Andy to pull his volume up a fraction or me? Andrew at Wivey's Woodshed has joined in.
Hi, Andrew. Right, 64. They were just about set. They are now.
Come on, Terry, type in the answer a bit quicker. Or anyone else can type it in. Can everybody hear us? Or is it just Terry with his hearing aid turned right down?
I was going to say it might be his age. Yeah.
Oh, it's me.
That's you.
Is that any better, Terry? If not, I can adjust it outside of this as well. Rob saying the lathe seems louder than usual, so it's kind of drowning us out when he's turning.
Ash is a very noisy timber.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
There's not a lot we can do about the noise from that. We've both got noise cancelling mics on.
I'm also forcing a parting tool into it at the moment.
Yeah,
so that's
he's
not
doing
the quietest operation.
Scrape more than a cut.
Yep. Anyway, that's got that. I'll go back to using the... If I can find it, there it is.
Gary can hear us both, so I think
Good.
it's the hearing aid batteries that are going down in Terry's.
Yeah.
Right. Well, if there is an issue, guys, just put it in the chat. We
Yeah, let
can
us know and we'll.
both increase or decrease volume, but
In fact, I did before we started. Decreased.
yeah, we did go through it a fraction because we were deafening each other. Terry's on his mobile, that's why.
Oh right. Yes. That's always different on there, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and Adam's put in the noises, wood turning, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't do wood turning quietly.
Well, that's better. I sharpened this tool before we started, and I'm really glad I did. It worked remarkably well. Oh, excuse me. Right, now then, we're going to put a foot on there, which is going to be nowhere near a foot. About there, I reckon. We've got loads of thickness here for a platter. We can do what we like with it, really. So I'll be a sort of bit of an OG shape on it, I think. Good old faithful.
You've got 31 in, Andy, and you've been running just
That's
on
a good
13
start.
minutes, so that's a good start. So it's the 31 in, and Andy just turning the bottom off with nothing much for me to say at the moment. So what I'm going to say is next week, Katie's just joined us. Next week, Andy's doing the evening, Tuesday evening, and I'm doing Tuesday lunchtime. Watch the feeds because we'll both be turning half of a log. I had a log of Merbau, which I cut in half. So Andy chose his, which left me the remaining piece. So
Well,
we're
it had my,
both
my
going to
initial on
be,
it, so.
well, it did after you told me which one you wanted.
Oh, did it?
So
Right, okay.
we're both going to be turning our own take on a bowl. So you can follow that next week. Once we get the links up, we'll be okay. And you can see the wood. He's actually covered his keyboard up today before anyone questions it as well.
It's there.
That's the one. Yep, it's got A on it.
Yeah, so that's mine.
Yep, mine's got K on it, so we won't get mixed up. But something the same but different.
I just thought it'd be interesting to see how different we do make it.
Mm.
And I'm trying to make decisions before I see what Keith does, so that it is very much what I wanted to do. Oh, that's knocking like mad.
Do you want to try increasing the speed so you try and drive through it, or
Yeah, I
drop
might.
it back?
I might be able to now. I couldn't at first; it was wobbling too much. But it was well off centre. I might just take the edge off before I do that, just to give it a chance of being in balance.
Fighting chance, yeah.
There's still quite a way out, so
Oh yeah, you can see it when you
Yeah.
turn it slowly. Tool
Be a
rest
good
is a
idea to
bit slack.
It's a good idea to tighten that one.
Mm.
It's a feature of Ash, so it likes to do its own thing when you're turning it, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It's one of the noisier woods as well, particularly with the you got heart and sapwood in there, haven't you?
That's better.
Mark's got to go back to work, so he's going to be
Okay.
listening in the background.
Mhm.
That's the problem with production turners. You don't get much chance to have a break.
Serves him right. Who said that? No.
Baz is in.
No.
Real simple things.
Oh, hello, Bess. It's still shaking. There's a lot on the other side. I had to move it in the chuck when I first put it on. It was so far out, you could hardly spin it.
I don't know, Adam. Adam's put in there, why is it that a perfectly flat surface is so hard to turn when you need one? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the answer is to try and get the tool rest as parallel to the finished surface as you want and use your finger or your
Yes,
hand
as a
as a
guide,
depth
yeah.
gauge. Yeah. Katie won't be spending all lunchtime with us. She's got to take her little hound to the vet. No way of talking about Chris. Hope it's nothing major, Katie. Adam first. Maybe need to turn more. Yes, it always helps to practice, Adam. But if you can't get a flat surface and you've got fairly coarse grain as Ash, sometimes you can press too hard as well. So the
Yes.
chisel's riding in and out of the grain. So
Agree.
anything fine grain, you can generally get a nice flat surface on if you would. And the coarser the grain, the harder the finish is.
Don't push your tool too hard, basically.
Yeah, let the chisel float over it. And going on to Terry, Mr. Hooper.
But it will.
Go
Sorry,
on.
go on. It will do what it's doing here at the moment, which is it's bouncing as those hard bits come round.
So Terry's asked if there's a difference between a texturing tool and a metal knurling tool. The texturing tools that Andy and I have both got for wood are both from Axeminster. They are on a fairly long piece of stock, about 7 inches, I believe, so that you can hold them against the wood. Whereas a knurling tool from metal, you normally fit in the tool post, so it's quite a bit shorter.
Yeah, as you say, that should be a
shank to it.
240 mil. It's nearly 10 inches.
Oh, it's nearly 10 inches. You really got a long handle on that one then. So hopefully that answers that then, Terry.
Come on.
And Adam's saying he's rusty. You want to stop indoors more than Adam. keep out of the rain. And Keith Jarvis has joined us. Keith's laid up at the moment. He's got a dose of COVID, so he's got something to watch. So hopefully you're not too poorly, Keith. But get back to it. I know Keith fairly well. He's one of the veterans that we support down at, or I support down at Southampton Veterans. I've got to know him fairly well.
Get one bit right, move to somewhere else and get that right, and then come back to the bit you got right in the first place, and it's all wrong again.
It's gone wrong, yeah. I've seen both, Andrew, for knurling tools for metal. I know what you're saying. Generally, he's got two wheels, so it sits round it, rather than, because it's usually small bar stuff that's done for, whereas this is going to be a lot wider surface. So you can extend a metal tool for the same effect, providing it's not too fine a diamond on it, Terry. You can always put it into a wooden handle, an old chisel handle, or make a handle for it. As long as you keep enough of the knurling tool out so that you can ride on the tool rest, and generally that is parallel to, or 90 degrees to the way you present the tool. Get in there, mate.
It's getting there, yeah, it's much better. Round here is about where I want it now. I don't want to go too much further, because it's, what, 10 mil thick there, probably about 14 there. So it's still running well out of true.
So Katie's running off now to take Chris to the vets. So hopefully nothing too serious. Katie,
hope he recovers.
I'll speak to you soon. Yeah.
All the best.
Is it the 2 bricks job?
Work your way through it. The other end's nice and sharp, so we'll try that. That must have got fairly hot.
You know why that is then, don't you?
Well, it's sharp. I sharpened it.
Yeah, you're pressing too hard. You're picking up friction off the wood. Yeah, I know.
Well,
it's easy said, isn't it?
And what I've done to this tool is that I've done your trick with a second bevel.
Oh, right.
On the bottom.
Relieve
and that's
the
throwing
heel.
At the moment, because I'm not used to it. That's throwing my eye.
You can't have your eye being thrown around the workshop, can you?
But I should get there.
Lawrence Asia's joined us. Welcome, Lawrence.
That's better. Let's see if we can get this bit right. Fortunately, I've got plenty of room on this piece of timber. That is bouncing like mad. Go on, get in there. better. Right, so
I see
bit
Ben's
there.
crept in. I'm not sure whether we've welcomed him or not, but he's more than welcome.
No, he wasn't in at the beginning, was he, son?
I don't think so.
No.
But,
That's better. That's better. Much better. Just a bit of a lump just there. Lovely job. Slot it there. Give that a bit of sand. See if that'll get it somewhere near.
nothing that a bit of 80 grit won't take out.
Absolutely.
Michael Buckingham's joined us. Welcome, Michael.
Hello, Michael.
Here
Right,
comes the toast rack.
Yes. Can't manage without my toast rack.
Seems to work for Andy.
A few years I've had that now.
Have you got the extractor on, or are you going to guess it?
I was going to guess it, but okay, I'll put it on. I
Mhm.
don't mind. It's ash, it's quite clean.
I could see the dust coming off, that was all.
Yeah. I can't see across the workshop now.
That's because you didn't have the fan on.
Yep,
Extractor
could be.
on.
Oh, I'll tell you what. That's better. If I close that
Pull in
baffle
there.
and open that one.
Okay.
I was using
Oh,
the
you can see it
bandsaw.
now. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
can
was
see it
using the
sucking now.
bandsaw earlier.
So Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations is back to work. That's
Okey-doke,
David,
that's
isn't it? So
Yes,
I'll
it is.
catch you later, David. Thank you for stopping by.
You have to earn a living. Well, some do. I'm pleased I don't.
Rob, I believe that is this weekend. When do you guys have daylight saving adjustment across the pond? I believe it's this Saturday.
Yeah, we've done ours, haven't we?
No, not yet.
Haven't we?
No.
Oh no, I
keep
did
up
this
with
the
it.
other week, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, keep
I
up
don't
with
know.
it.
I don't know what's
He's
going
6 months behind, guys. Don't worry about it. He's going to put the clock back now.
Yeah, I'm still thinking of the last one. Yeah.
Michael McEwen must be off to work, if you can call it that. Work for me is 8 hours of playing in the tool store. I'll catch the rest later. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Michael, for joining us for a short time.
Yes,
And
thank you.
Andrew's put in there Sunday. Yeah, it's Saturday night, Sunday morning for us. I thought I was right.
Oh, is it this weekend?
I
Okay.
heard something on the radio when I was coming back from the museum yesterday. But it had gone before I could really sort of focus the brain on what they were saying. Yeah, I think North America's been on for 2, if not 3 weeks on daylight saving.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Grabbing at straws.
So Michael's put on there this Sunday so mothers get half an hour less in bed for Mother's Day.
Serves them right.
Yeah, for those of you who've got a mother, good.
Yeah.
For many of us, we can
Distant
still think
memory.
about it. Yeah, distant memory. Fenn's saying he's, which we all knew about him anyway, he can't get out of bed in the morning. So he applies his own time.
I just get bored. So then I have to get up in case I go back to sleep.
Yeah, I did that this morning. Laid there for 3/4 of an hour. I think I'll get up in 10 minutes. And it was an hour and a half later.
I did exactly the same thing, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, I was up in plenty of time for what I had to do.
Exactly, yeah. Well, we both got a fair amount of fresh air yesterday. Both down at the museum in different departments.
It's a lovely day too.
It was. So I took as much advantage as I could of being outside, having been locked up for most of the winter.
But we didn't exactly have many punters to talk to, did we, sir?
No, a bit disappointing that was.
Yeah, so we all chatted to each other, which was fine.
Roy's the boy's in. Sorry he's late, but he's been servicing mowers.
I'll forgive you, Roy.
Yeah, it's a good excuse, isn't it? And Woodworm
As long as
Paul
you've
joined
been
us.
gainfully employed.
Yeah. Yeah, Woodworm Paul's joined us.
Right.
Welcome, guys.
That will very nearly do for that, but it's got a bit of... Oh, I think the Yorkshire grit will get rid of the slight marks from sanding on there, but I think they'll go with the Yorkshire grit. Just around there. But yeah, it's nothing serious.
That's because you're coming off of hard sapwood, soft sapwood on the harder heartwood.
Yep.
Which is always an issue.
Really feel it.
Yeah.
Really feel it. I like turning ash because it is a challenge always, and this certainly is. You know, I don't mind it. Rather have a challenge than not.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone can turn basic stuff, can't they? After a fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, scrape it anyway.
Well, yeah.
Right, okay, let's give this a quick dose of the old... I didn't demonstrate it, but there it is. You can't read it,
yeah,
so
you're
don't
not
worry
going to
about
put
it.
any sanding sealer on first, then? The answer's no.
Yeah.
You were quick on that.
I'm really not totally convinced of the need for it.
Right.
I've done it both ways many times, usually because I've forgotten, and I've not had a problem with it yet. So
the only time I've had a bit of an issue is when it's been a fairly open grain or a softer wood, but the harder woods have not been any issue at all.
Yeah, because the grain doesn't raise as much on the harder woods, does it?
No.
That could be something to do with it. It uses a lot more Yorkshire grit.
Yeah.
So I think Glyn would be in favour of it. Not using sanding sealant.
And Doug's put in there that he loves the dark stripes. Yeah. You just don't know what you're going to find.
No, it was a huge board. It's 8 foot long, about 4 foot wide, this board. And I cut lots of blanks from it. And it went all the way through it, obviously. And it's a joy to turn because when you finished it, people really admire the effect. Even with putting colour around, which I'm going to be doing on this, you can still see the effect in the middle and on the back. And people love it. So, which is good. Slow her down a bit.
Well, that's quite hypnotic on the camera.
Sorry?
That's quite hypnotic. Watching
it is,
through the camera.
Cool, yeah. You get some interesting effects, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah, stroboscopic, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yes, standing here, I can't see it, but you can see it on screen.
See it on the screen, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the top left, Andy?
Oh, no, I haven't, no. Oh, yeah, 37.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah. But you also got the time up there as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We
Yeah.
before we came on air, we just had a quick discussion that Andy was saying he never realised that you could see the live viewers on StreamYard. And I said, yeah, look in the top left corner. It gives you the time you've been running, plus a little eyeball, I think it is, that tells you how many. Only you can see that.
Yes, 'tis an
As
eyeball. Yeah,
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 how many are watching?
yeah. I'm always too busy watching the lathe. I don't really
Mm,
watch the screen very much, but yeah, it is there. Yeah, I know now where to look, so I can have a
mm.
quick glimpse. I've always turned over to YouTube because it's easier,
Well, I
but
haven't.
it's
I have
yeah,
to for you, but
yeah,
when I'm
yeah.
in the workshop, I'm on a live. Yeah, I just glance up at times.
Yes, I've got the other screen up there, which is telling me the same thing,
Good.
which is encouraging.
Mm.
Right, so that's the Yorkshire grit done.
Yeah, Rob. Several of them say that double up on Yorkshire grit when you've forgotten to use sanding sealer. I haven't found it an issue.
No,
Haven't found
no.
it a necessity. But
I put bit more on than I would normally do, because
yeah, a
you know
little
me,
bit more liberal.
I'm tight. So,
Mm.
but I did
And
put a bit more on. I should
Christine and
do.
Michael have joined us. Hi,
Oh,
guys.
hello, Christine and Michael.
Hopefully, you're be out on the beach later on, right down on the south coast.
Yeah,
Hopefully, it's
I
not
should be
too windy down there, breezy down there.
putting a bit more of the microfoam on as well,
Hmm.
just to make sure it's got good coating and it gives it a good sand.
So you are, in actual fact, doubling up,
Yes,
as Rob
effectively,
said. Yeah.
just simply by putting more on. Yeah,
Mm. But you're using both.
but I'm using both. Yeah,
Mm.
I always do. If I use one, I use both of them as a
Hmm.
general rule. It just gives you that really excellent finish. You know, that feel,
Yeah.
smooth
Oh, yeah.
feel of it.
Mm.
It's worth it. I could turn that extractor off, couldn't I?
It's not affecting us.
No, it is me. It's driving me
Ah,
mad. I could barely hear your dulcet tones. I mean, you know.
well, there you go. So I guess we've balanced out on the volumes then that Terry had an issue with earlier on.
Yeah, people
Mm.
seem to be happy. If he's on his mobile, it's always different, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, we'll get on to the interesting bit in a minute. On to the side.
The bit that everyone's waiting to see.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was very tempted to do this bit before we even started. But I thought, no, that wouldn't be right. I would have done if I was trying two different techniques out or something,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
but it's better to see the whole thing done, start to finish, I think.
Well, it'll be
Right,
a
that's
good
that one.
hour, but not to
Yes.
worry. There's no time constraints on this.
Yes, oh, it will be, yes.
He's not going to break into a sweat yet, guys, so you're okay.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm getting very warm in here. I might have to open
But
the
open
door
the
before
door.
I run. Yeah, that's a lot of light in, though.
Yeah, with you standing there, I don't think that would affect us.
No, possibly not. Yeah, no, it's it's more when I'm sitting at the desk.
Mm,
The light's coming a bit closer to me, and it's coming from the left, and it really does affect the
yeah.
picture.
Keith
Give
Jarvis
me.
is off out,
Uh-huh. Bye, Keith.
so thanks for
Nice to
dropping
see you.
by. Yeah, he's going to go out for a rest. And Terry Hooper's just realised he left a cherry blank in the sun. He's come round
Oh dear.
and cracked it. Oops. Bit of super glue in there, Terry. That'll
Yeah,
pull it
we'll crack
together
it up.
or stop it going any further. Yeah, make a feature out of it. But that is a biggest problem with one of the cherries. or with any of the cherries.
Yep. I've got some under my bench at the back there. I don't know what state that's going to be in.
Mm.
It's been there a few years now, so.
And Rob's saying going over the hour works for him, and he just has to pay us overtime salary. That's time and a half.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 times nothing is
Yeah,
nothing.
still next to nothing then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's that
And Roy's
done.
on the big box watching, so he can see all the blemishes that you're making rather than us watching on the
Oh
small
dear.
box.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you when to shut your eyes, do
Yeah.
I? Yeah, I've never worked out how to get it onto the telly. That's lovely. Look at that grain.
That's got some nice
It's
finish
lovely, isn't
to
it?
it, hasn't it? Yeah, gorgeous.
Yep. Good. Radio. Let's turn it round.
Hmm.
I left the chuck key out because I have to move the camera to get to it. And I thought that's not a good idea.
Okay.
In fact, it's not this camera. So. Right. Okay. Here we go.
So what jaws are they, Andy? C jaws or the F
Sea
jaws?
jaws. Yeah. It's
They're
sea
the
jaws.
normal 2-inch C jaws then, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, something this size, they grip it really nicely.
They do, yeah. And a 2-inch recess in the bottom is not out of place.
No, and that big hole in the top is not a problem.
No, because that won't be there later.
Nope. So what I want to do now is to get this flat and texturing what have you done. I'm not bothered about digging the middle out. If we run short of time, I can do that anytime and put pictures up online. So not too worried about that. But let's see if we can.
Right, Roy,
See how we
it's an Axeminster chuck. It's the new Axeminster, the SK114, if I remember
do.
right.
114 it is, yeah, the Evolution
Yeah,
chuck, yeah,
with
yeah,
the C jaws in it.
yep. And the carriers and the sea jaws are what I used to use on my SK100, which is the slightly smaller one
Mm.
on my old lathe. But they work. They fit both, which is really
They
nice.
fit all, yeah, all of Axeminster jaws and the carriers work across the board. So you can
Which is
use
very
all the
very
jaw sets and
civilized.
all of the carriers in any of the chucks.
Well, that's how far out it is. But the back looks to be all right. So good. Turn that down. Bring it back up. This will be better when I've done the front now.
Yeah, you can see it beating on the front.
Yes,
But a couple of
about as far as I
passes
want to
should
go.
shift that.
Yeah, yep. Let's use that one just because I can. If I can get it in there, move that light. Yep, just about.
Not sure, Robert, whether there is any ripple in that or not yet. I didn't think there was, looking at the back.
In this piece, I don't think so, no.
No, I think it's just the way that the band saw's gone through it. Roy, you're
Stop and have a look in
totally
a minute.
correct there. Any of the Axeminster jaws will fit any of the Axeminster chucks.
Yeah, there's no ripple, but
No ripple, right. Nice bit of
just
colour
nice bit of colour, yeah. Okay, we're getting there. It's a bit rough there, but
So Brian's just dropped in. Oops, a bit late today. Good afternoon all. Welcome, Brian.
hello, Brian.
Thanks for dropping by.
Oh, stop it. Stay there. Okay. That's as thin as I want to go. Little lump there. That's fine. Good. We'll just flatten that last bit off there.
Brian's just stood up. He's been painting the workshop floor. I think that's what he means. He's done an egg and got paint everywhere. Or am I misreading that?
What's that?
Brian's apologising for being late. He's been painting in the workshop.
Oh, right.
Wondering whether he'd done an Ed Oliver.
Come on. Right. That's better. I wanted that more or less flat so the texturing tool has a chance of working. Put those away over there. That one's... Oh, I see what I've done. Put that in the wrong place. Ah, that's what's wrong with that. Okay. Right, I'll give that a quick sand. I'm not worried about being ultra finely finished, but the main thing is that it's pretty flat. So we'll just give it a quick going over.
No, he wasn't, Terry. It was askew.
Shh.
But no one saw that apart from you.
Actually, I've sharpened up my reverse bevel scraper
And
before I
forgot
started.
to pick it up.
I could have used it, couldn't I? Hey ho, you can't win them all.
And a question here from Chris to Brian
Yes.
is, how do you spell Maurice? Is it Morris as in car or Maurice as in the French?
Usually M-A-U-R-I-C-E, isn't it? As in French, yeah.
Brian doesn't make much mess, Roy, apparently. He obviously doesn't do enough turning then.
He hasn't commented on my red floor, has he?
No, can't see it from where we are.
No, probably not. But hey, I'm going to turn that fan on. It's getting a bit dusty in here. Something's not right there. Let's have a look. What have we got? That's all right now. Ah, there
Just
it is.
there, yeah, you can see it
Yeah,
right at the very
yeah.
top, and say as it
There's a
come round.
little bit just hasn't been made round.
Mhm.
So I'll do that.
Now the red floor brine is so that when he cuts himself, the blood doesn't show up. It's as
As I
simple as
frequently
that.
do, there's one there and there's another one somewhere. Can't remember where it
Yeah.
is. But so I frequently do. What am I going to do
Trouble
this
with
with?
getting older, the skin gets thinner.
Yeah. Fortunately, it still doesn't bleed for too long. Stop it. That should do that. Yep. Not going to be too fussy with this because I'm going to be turning the edge off anyway. After I've painted it black and things. We'll quickly whip through these. That's fine. It's good enough. Okay, so
You can turn the extractor off now then.
yeah.
I can hear it just purring away.
Yeah. Right, so the next thing is to work out how much of it we're going to texture. Then we'll spray it black. Then we'll put the colour on, and then we'll do the finishing bits. So, move this out of the way.
Hopefully you guys have seen that because Roy's got or Ben's got a lathe for sale, and Andrew's got a lathe for sale, and Gary Glass has put in there he's in the market for an upgrade. So he's asking what lathes are on the market.
Well, I can strongly recommend this one.
Yeah.
But
Whereabouts do you based, Gary?
it's not cheap, but it's good. So we're going to come to within a quarter of an inch of the outside-ish. I think probably leave a decent sized bowl in the middle. About there. Let's put a pencil mark on there.
So Jeff, where are you based then, mate? Because if there's anyone in the south, West Sussex, we have got a jet which is equivalent to the 406. Oh, Gary's in Northern Ireland, so shipping will cost a small fortune to there. Yeah, we've got an old 406 that we're trying to get rid of.
Well, this one, as in this one.
Is it 406?
This is 406. Yeah.
What was
the
the one
trade.
previous to that?
There was a 3 something, wasn't there?
Or maybe 306. Then I don't know. I can't remember. But we've got the jet equivalent that we're trying to get rid of.
No, I think they recommend about 500 revs or thereabouts. So that's 46. That's 502. I think that'll do.
It's close, isn't it?
Then, can you see this? No, you can't. Can you? With my hand there. Let's try. Now, what can I do? We can try moving this along a bit and bring it round and switch to it, which is that one. Move this out of the way.
Not going to see a great deal from there because you're too above.
I'm too far up. Oh, yeah. Move it back a bit. That should miss me.
No, it's got your belly in it.
Yeah, no, it should miss me when I put my hand there. Yeah, you should be able to see over the top, I think.
Yeah, we can see over the top of your hand.
That's better, isn't it? Yeah, that's better. I think if I put the light on, it's going to be going to be too much. So yeah, no, I won't even try it.
So you've got to
Right.
remember, before you even present this, the wheel has got to be able to rotate freely. Otherwise,
Yes.
you end up with a big gash in the tool rest.
Yeah, which is why I'm that distance away. I could even go a little bit further away. Actually, I will do, just to be safe, and get it so that it's sitting in line with the surface you're going to be putting it onto as best you can. So that gives me room to bring it back, move it across, and what have you, and do anything I like. The other thing to be careful of course, is when you've got your hand over the top, don't touch that bit because that's
No,
going to be spinning.
it takes
And
the
it's on the
nails
sharp,
off quite well.
it's on the sharp side. So I'm going to go beyond the line slightly. Let's try it the other way up. It doesn't seem to be. That's fine. I suspect this rim is going to flex a little bit when I get to the outside, putting this much pressure on it, but we'll see.
Looks like Rory's off. He's going to take his wife round to her mum's, and Chris at Bailey Woodworks has just joined us. Nothing to it. Robert Dolman's off, and all catch it later. Thanks, guys, for stopping by.
Let's see how that looks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I don't know if you can see that at all. You probably
Can't see
can't.
any texture.
Let's come down to this one, bring it a bit closer, and see what that does.
I can see that. Yep.
Can you see it? All right. Well,
Oh,
you
you
could
can if it's on it.
before the camera's collapsed. Right, you can see that, can you?
You can see the
Oh,
texture.
up the top there, yeah, just about, yeah. It'll show up more later on.
Mm.
Well, I've got some colour on it. Oh, blooming thing. Right, okay, pull that away a bit. Give me a chance. Right, so okay, that's good. I'm just going to whip a bit of 400 over that just to defluff it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it needs, nothing more than that. Sanding sealant. I'm going to remember this time.
Yeah, spray it on. One thing I will say to everyone, and I know Andy won't mind me saying this, that he's got the lathe set at 402, I believe he said, or 502. Now, 502 is the revolutions per minute, and the centre will be going a lot slower than the
Yes,
outside. So you might, on something that's 12 inches, need to drop that 502 back a
absolutely.
bit.
I was tempted when it got towards the outside. On that
Mm,
small one, I did. In fact, I increased the middle when I was
yeah,
doing near
yeah.
the centre. I increased it a bit there and took it back to 500 when I got out to sort of that sort of. Oh, you can't see my finger. Yes, you can. That sort of position. This
Mm.
one I could have slowed it down a bit more. It wouldn't have done any harm. But in fact, it's all right. It's not. Didn't need it. It's done the job. And I
Again,
can see the.
different woods work differently.
Yep. Yeah, ash is not the easiest one to do this on. I
Mm.
can see the difference between those teeth. I said I use the
Yeah, use the
12,
final one.
12 TPI on this, and on the one I've just done was 16 TPI. I can see the difference. Not huge, but there is a difference.
4.
Right then. Well, 4, yeah, basically, since you mention it. better. Okay. Next, ebonising lacquer. Make it all black.
It'd probably be best from experience by stopping the lathe and spraying it one way and then turning it 90 degrees and spraying
Yes.
it again, because it
Yeah.
won't get into the bottom otherwise.
No, that's right. And also on something this size, it misses bits, which on a
Mm.
smaller one you can get away with it turning very slowly. But on this size, it's not worth it. It's going too fast around the edge and you can't keep up with it. As you saw, I made that mistake when I was putting the sanding sealants on, because that's the way I normally do it. Right, okay, here we go. Just remembering to keep it at least a foot away from it. That's clogging. That's good.
Funny how you can see the bits you've missed.
Yeah.
With the paint.
I think my glasses are so dusted up. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's better. That's not looking bad. You should be beginning to see a bit of grain coming through there later on when I put the wax on. But okay, let's give that a quick dry.
Jonathan Flynn's joined us. Good morning, Jonathan.
Morning, Jonathan.
It's afternoon here, but you're more than welcome. He normally catches one of us of an evening. I know he always watches afterwards anyway.
I know he was putting stuff on Messenger just before we started. I can't remember what it was now.
Some pictures, sculptures, paintings or something.
Oh, that's
sculptures,
it. That's it.
it.
Sculptures. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Give it a few seconds just to sort itself out. So I'm going to do the purple one first, which is a sort of a pinky purple. Brand new, opened first time this morning. Where's my brush gone? There it is. We'll put that. And we're going to dob it on as moderately generously to make it get down to the bottom of the texturing. And then I'm going to wipe it back off with a safety wipe. And it probably won't get it all off, but we need to just put a little lemon oil on there, and that does get it all off quite nicely. That's where you break all the rules and then coat it with stuff afterwards. But hey, we're not going to worry about that, are we? Just a stabbing motion just to work it into the bottom of those bits of texturing.
Terry, it's the new coloured waxes from Chestnut that were launched last year. Last year.
Last year, yeah.
They're readily available on Terry's website. If you put an order in to Jim at Club, he can probably get them for you next time he orders.
A variety of colours. I've got 7 colours, I think.
7 or 9 colours, I can't remember.
I think there are 9 altogether. I didn't get all of them.
I don't think Terry had them all at Chestnut, because there was 2 that he was still waiting on or working on.
no, they're quite nice. You can use them in a variety of ways. You can slap them on anything. You can effectively use them as a finish if you really want to, because they are a
It's a
waxed.
highlighting finish, yeah.
Yeah. So as I say, lots of things you can do with them. Just want to make sure I've got it into these holes. This is Terry's liming brush, I think he calls it.
Yeah, and it's also apparently water soluble, or it can be, a lot of it can be washed out with water, I believe Terry said.
Sealed around seal with a cloth allowed to dry, then buff to a gloss finish using clean soft cloth. Doesn't say. No, it doesn't say.
Doesn't say no.
I think you can. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
Brent.
I used cellulose thinners to clean
Mhm.
the brush. But in fact,
Right.
these days I tend not to even bother cleaning it. I just let it dry.
Brent Beecroft's off. Have to go now. Catch the balance later.
Bye, Brent.
Thanks, Brent.
I don't actually need to be that careful with this because I'm going to be putting the green over the top once I've
So if
wiped
it's
this off.
patchy, it's not too
If it's
bad.
patchy, I can just fill in the gaps.
Mm.
But I try and get this on completely, then I can just dab the green on wherever I fancy without having to worry about where it's thin. This is missing bits in the middle there. That's it. That's better. But you won't see an awful lot of the pink after it's done anyway, or the lilac, I should say, or mauve or purple or whatever colour they call it.
Yeah, it's just a hint of, isn't it, in the background?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the one that I did early, all you can say is it isn't actually just green.
Yes.
You know, it's
I know what you mean.
the purple has made a difference.
And if you're going to be dabbing it on, you can be a little bit more selective by leaving bigger blocks as well.
Yep.
So that the pink, purple, whatever you want to call it, shines through.
Yeah. Trouble is when you, I did that on that one. I left quite biggish gaps. I need to leave bigger ones because what happens is when you wipe it off again, you spread
It
the
blends
green all
over.
over.
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, the effect is still there, but I might see how it goes and just put a bit less green on and see how that goes. Nearly there. This behaves quite differently in summertime from winter time.
It's quite a lot looser, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's softened up quite a bit just today, just sitting here in this, without the heater on, because it's warm enough without it. So it has softened it up a bit. It dries to a slightly less purpley colour. As you can see, the bit that I did earlier is lighter than the bit. If you can see that, I don't know if you can.
No, it's just out of picture at the moment down
Oh,
there.
is it?
Yeah,
Try that.
we got the top, but not the
Yeah,
bottom
but
half.
there. Yes, you can see that. That's where I started, just there, and that's pinker than this, but it won't be in a minute. That's all right.
Robert's
That's done.
put on, it looks a bit like Iris's pupil. And Roy's back. He's dumped the wife, so he's back.
Right. Okay. That's that.
Right, you're 11 minutes past 2, mate. So no need to panic.
So, nope. Just take the excess off.
So what's that? A bit of paper or a bit of cloth?
That's a bit of cloth. Safety cloth.
A bit of safety cloth, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy using cloth anyway, but it is a safety cloth. So. Right, put this away because we won't need that again. A little bit of, you can see that it hasn't taken the purple off yet properly. So we'll just put a little bit of wax of oil,
lemon
lemon
oil.
oil on. That's the one I was looking for.
And the other thing with lemon oil is don't overload the paper, cloth, rag, or whatever you're using, because where you put it on, it will take that off a lot quicker than where you don't put it on.
Yes,
So
yes. Keep it moving.
keep it
Spread it
moving.
around. Yeah.
Yeah, not very fast. You don't need to be, but
No,
don't try and dob it on and dob it off, because you can take the whole lot off.
I'm trying to leave it in the or just leave it in the holes,
Mm.
which is effectively what it's done. That's a bit thick there. There's a patch there that's a bit thick, which I will try and see if I can do something with.
Is that on sapwood or heartwood? Look at the back.
It's right on one of those stripes.
Okay, a bit heavy-handed then on that piece.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah,
was.
I
Yeah,
can see
yeah,
the stripes on the right now.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's better. It's coming off. It's. I would never have thought of using lemon oil to remove wax, but it's something I saw Wayne do.
Yeah,
It really does.
you can use virtually any oil that doesn't dry. I quite often use mineral oil.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Yes, it doesn't have to be this one.
Mm.
It's the one I happen to have. But no, because I asked the question of Wayne at the time. So can't you use cellulose thinners? He said, "Oh no, don't do that."
No, take the whole lot off,
Yeah,
and
it would.
some of the
Yeah,
black as well.
yep, yep. That's right. This is being quite gentle on the black, very much. That's all staying, and it's doing what I want it to do to the purple, that's there, I think. That's it. We'll move on. Put the lid back on that before I spill it everywhere, which I know I will. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're still where we should be.
Good. Yeah, you used to be knocking you around, yeah.
Yeah, bullying us.
Right, green. I'm not bothering cleaning the brush because it doesn't matter if it's got a bit of purple left on it. And we'll just simply move it on little bits here and there.
Lodge it on here and there.
Yeah, just moving around. If you see any slightly thin bits of purple, put some in there because that'll be a green bit.
It's trying to keep it non-uniform.
That's right.
I think
Yes,
is the answer.
yes. Go random. It's very difficult to do.
Yeah, random.
A true random.
Oh yeah.
Very hard because we're not built
We're not
to do
programmed
that.
in, are we, for random?
No, we're not. No. But I think that's probably might be enough. We can always put more on.
Mm.
I'm just going to give that a wipe now. See how it goes.
So through wiping it, you're spreading it, so you're making it slightly bigger.
That's right.
And
It won't
then
be as
once you put
patchy
the
as
lemon
that.
oil,
Yeah.
you will spread it a bit further still. So
It spreads it and thins it. Yes. So yeah, and I'm not bothered about what's on my cloth really. It doesn't make a scrap of difference, does it? Let's just do that. I don't think I need any more than that.
that's
Like
taken
that.
quite a bit off, hasn't it? Yeah.
It has. I think
Spread
that's
it
enough
out.
because there's a bit of lemon oil on this rag.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's enough. We've still got a bit of green, definite. Bit of
Definite
pink,
green
definite.
there. Yep.
Yep. No, that's fine. That's
Once you get something on the top of it, you will also bring the colour out as well. So what are you
absolutely.
looking at
Yeah.
putting on the top of that to finish it?
Sanding sealant and I don't know, probably melamine.
Melamine or cellulose, or no, you don't want cellulose, do you? Because
No,
that
I'm
will
going to do
leak it.
melamine. I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll do melamine. Now where do these belong? Somewhere in here. There or there.
Gary. Okay, it's not always recommended to put a dark base, but a dark base coat does enhance the colours,
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
particularly if you're using the Joe Sonia's iridescent range. That gives
Oh,
them the colour and the
yeah, you have to.
iridescence.
Yeah, you have to use something dark on that.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you
I
just
have
don't
seen
see
it
it, do
done
you?
in navy blue and a
Yes, that will
dark
work.
grey.
Yeah.
So
Whereas
anything that's dark, you can
it's got
use
to be
it.
dark, yeah, yep.
Hmm.
Whereas this would work on almost any colour, but I just quite like it with the black background. That the middle bit is going to be polished with Yorkshire grit, and there's going to be a rim around the outside which is going to be Yorkshire gritted
Hmm.
on the edge, so that it's only that band, exactly as I did in miniature on that one.
So it
You
highlights
can
it even further. Yeah.
you can see I covered the pink too much with the green on that one. You can see the
Yeah.
difference.
Yes, you can.
But yeah.
So
So right, let's.
we've
What am
got
I doing
David
next?
Nichols just joined us, apologising for being late. You're just not as early as the rest of them, David, but you're more than welcome.
I think I'll. I think I will. I'm going to
So
scrape that with a.
I think I've explained that to Gary, that he says it makes sense. Thank you. So that's fine.
Oh, I need to put the detailing tool. Stick a
Can't see where
line.
you are, mate. So can you drop the camera a fraction,
I can
tilt it
indeed.
down, or
We're
lift
on
the
this one,
camera
aren't we?
and tilt it down? That's going berserk now.
Is that somewhere near?
Lift it a fraction, the camera. Twist it up a fraction. Oh, try that. That's better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Good. I'll put my hand underneath. You can
So
see it
this is
then.
a point tool,
This is yeah, it's a detailing tool. It's just got three
detailing
faces
tool.
basically. Yep. And that was just going to put a groove in there, like that. This is going to be nearly the edge of the bowl, which is going to be there. And then the edge of the bowl actually is going to be there somewhere, but I'm not too worried about that. This, I'm just going to take this off a little bit, get rid of all the colour.
This is where you hope it hasn't warped and twisted too much.
Yes, it stayed fairly flat, fortunately.
Chris, no one gets to sit in the corner even if they're late. Not with us.
No.
We don't like that sort of punishment. We're not treating you as kids.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. And then a bit more to come off there. Yeah, I'm still showing some of the texturing on that, as you can maybe see up there on
Just
the top
about
there.
see on the
Yeah.
and past.
So I'll take a bit more off that. What I'm going to do with that is it's working. Let's have a look. Nope, still there a little bit, tiny bit. It's nearly there. That's better. That's better. And then we'll take some off here. Fraction more. That's lovely. And I was going to burn that groove a little bit, so I'll just put the groove back in, having removed most of it. I don't know if it's going to make any difference, to be honest, but we'll see.
You're right, Chris. It is hard to find a corner in my workshop, but it's a working workshop. It's not a showroom. So this is a bit of Formica.
Yep.
He's pressing on there. You might need to
Which is not.
increase the speed a bit for the
Yeah, I was
centre
going to say
burn.
it's not working. God, I had it turned right down, didn't I? That's better. That's better. That's fine. She's good. And then as I say, the edge of the bowl will start about the same distance as this away from that burn. But I think I'm going to sanding seal that bit, I think, just because I can. Acrylic. There it is. It probably doesn't matter which one I use as long as I don't rub it. But I'm going to do it with acrylic. I know Terry says you don't have to worry about what's underneath it, but I'm not sure about that because I think it can affect the coat underneath.
That's made the green stand out.
Yes, that's much better. That's good. I like that. I'm just going to set it rolling and spray the edge. Oh, missed. That's it. Wipe that off a bit. That one will do. Yep, that's good. In fact, I'm going to finish that. That bit's got to be
It's not worth it.
It's only that. It's not worth it, is it? I can do that later.
Do it all with the centre.
Yeah, and I can do it all in melamine anyway. So I was gonna Yorkshire grip, but it's no point. No point. Make it work for myself. I'm not into that. Oh, excuse me. Right, now then, that one. Still vibrating on that. The timber's obviously heavier one side than the other.
Yeah, I think we can see that with the against the heartwood and the sapwood.
Yeah.
You're not going to get over that at all.
I'm on 900 revs, so that's all right. 930 to be precise. It's nice doing a 12-inch one. You can get a decent sized bowl on it. Most of mine tend to be about 10-inch.
Right.
And you're concentrating on getting a nice area to decorate. But in fact, you actually want it to be slightly functional as well.
Huge thank you guys for stopping by and hanging on for an hour and a half. There's still 32 of you watching. SM Turning. Now, who's that then? That's a new name I haven't seen before. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, SM. Now, who are you? Give us a Christian name.
Is that somebody we don't know?
Yeah, it's
SM
not one that
Turning.
I've seen before.
Nope, not have I. SM Turning. No,
but you're more than welcome.
Whoever you are.
Terry Hooper's escaping. Someone's left the door open, I think. So thanks for stopping by, Terry.
Yeah, cheers, Terry.
Don't forget Rich is on tonight, not either of us. I don't know what he's doing.
No, I've got no idea
from him yet, but it's his turn to do a live tonight. Just watch out later on. He's not the quickest at putting things up.
No, so that's putting it mildly. Yeah, that's ages to go yet.
Still not got a reply from SM Turning to know who we can call them, him or her. A little bit shy. But for any of the new names that have appeared, I hope you like what Andy's showing you, and I hope you will all subscribe to him and hit the notification bell. Then you'll know when he's live. Well, live-ish.
Indeed. You know when not to turn on. I
Mm.
mean, no, that's not right, is it?
It's Simon at SM Turning then. Hi,
Hello.
Simon. Yeah,
Welcome.
we're much better on Christian name terms.
We won't promise to remember that, but we'll try.
No. By the time it comes round to next week, we'll probably have forgotten.
I think it's still got quite a thick bottom. I think I'll just go a fraction further and leave it at that, because I actually don't mind a solid base to it.
But it's more decorative than functional, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Platter.
And it's got a huge overhang from the edge of the foot to the edge of the rim. Is a big overhang, so a bit of weight at the bottom doesn't do any harm.
And Norman Greenwell's just woken up and joined us. Hello, Norman.
Hello, Norman.
And, Doug's asking Simon if he's got a YouTube channel. If you have, let us know, and we'll see if we can find it. I'm not going to guarantee I can do that, but it's always nice to know if you have a channel.
I'm going to leave it there. That's rather splendid. I wanted a fairly shallow, gentle curved bowl to it, which I've got. So all's well with the world. Put that down there. Chuck that on the floor. Right, here we go then.
Big sucker first, come on.
All right then.
Oh, come on, behave.
If you insist.
Simon's saying he's not got anything on it yet.
All right. Now is always a good time to start. Splendid. Super duper. Headset's falling off. That's better.
You've still got 26 in there, Andy, so we've got a good one.
Yeah,
Brian
good.
Hopkins has just said he's posted his first video on YouTube now.
All right, I must have a look at that.
We'll see if we can find that, Brian. So for the latecomers and those that have forgotten and those that weren't listening, neither of us are on tonight. You've got Rich the Beard times 16 on tonight. Next week, next Tuesday, you've got to go back and suffer me at lunchtime, and Andy in the evening. And we're both turning a bowl, and it's half. We've got half of a blank each. It's off the same log. There it is. It's a piece of Merbau. It's both got a bit of a defect in branch inclusion into them. We're going to put our own twist onto making a bowl. So they're both the same diameter.
They're almost identical, as near as you can get.
I think
being
one
identical.
is about 1/4 of an inch, 8mm thicker than the other one, but not enough to
not enough to not to notice.
Throw a tantrum on it anyway.
Right, so I think I'm going to dust that off and get a sanding sealer on the whole thing again.
So a couple of, go on.
And then, I'll just web rax it and then do it with melamine. That's the one.
Yeah. So Tipsy was saying he was about to start turning and streaming for Top Hat Week, but he broke his lathe.
Right.
He's not been able to afford a new lathe for a year. And Adam's just come in. He wants one more for his 2,000 subscribers on Instagram.
All right.
And Brian is just saying he's subscribed to Simon. I will have to find that later, Simon, and go over and do the same.
Yes, I should be looking at this.
Yes, I'm turning.
All this lot, doing what needs to be done.
Robert's asking, what part have you broken on your lathe? To Tipsy. Tipsy's Jeff, isn't it? Told you the brain was bloody useless.
Now, we could have a competition there, because I think mine's more useless than yours is.
Well, I don't know about that.
It is a bit older.
Yeah, only a bit.
Only a bit, yeah. Absolute fraction. Right, let's start that up and give this a bit of that round there.
You don't overdo it on there, otherwise you end up with a lot of tears to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, five very thin coats is better than one thick coat.
Oh yes, it's going to have several of this because I want it to look nice. I like that. I like that very much.
The light's not brilliant, but I can see the colour changes on there.
I've lost my little light. I don't think the big one won't help. Is the little one? It's fallen off. Oh no, I took it off.
You took it off.
I was getting in the way, wasn't it? There we go. Does that?
It highlights the green. Yeah, sort of.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Get some pictures put up.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I'll give it quite a few more coats with a little rub down in between of the melamine gloss lacquer, and that will look quite stunning, I think. No, I like that. I can see the green.
Yes,
it's almost iridescing in the light. It's not an iridescent colour, but it is almost. So that's good. It's lovely. I don't know if it's dry enough to take off yet. No, I'll leave it for a bit. Get my sticky.
We can see enough.
But you can see it, yeah.
Yeah, don't want to put fingerprints on it for the sake of taking it off.
No. So it seems silly to spoil it, doesn't it? Right, I shall get Keith back in, and we can all say our farewells in proper manner. Just a quick dust down. At least the keyboard's clean.
Yes, you put that on to start with.
I did. Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
That'll do. Yeah, but I want you in the other half.
I'll change that one to
That's
there.
Better.
And we're
there we are, guys. The ugly two.
Thank you very much, everybody.
It's been a
30,
good one, Andy.
30,
Yeah,
30 at the moment, apparently.
yeah, and an
I,
hour
I, I do.
36.
I like doing these platters, and I like decorating them as well. Just
Mm,
experimenting with things, and as I say, I've done that once before. Not quite exactly the same, but no, it's just I just enjoy experimenting with these things, and
hmm.
platters are a good one. And there's always a market for platters.
Yes,
They
yeah,
sell. I have a
yeah,
place
platters and bowls.
over at Sullington. She only sells platters for me,
Mm,
and she gets
but
rid of them, all of them. So
at least you got an outlet for it.
yeah, yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Right, I seem to
Silver
have lost the
Foxes.
chat.
It's down the right if you need it.
Private chat. It's on.
You don't want private
Should
chat,
be
you
on
want comments. Yeah,
comments. Yeah, that's it. It's back
yeah.
again. Silver foxes. I don't mind that. I quite
No,
like that. Yeah.
no.
HF. What's HF? Don't know. Tipsy Turner. Don't know what you mean.
Oh, that's something to do with central machinery lathes and bits and pieces.
Ah, right. Okay.
The banjo
Thank
shouldn't
you,
be much. Yeah. So
Thank you, Gary. Nice to know
Harbour
you enjoyed
Freight.
it.
Yeah, Harbour Freight,
Harbour
HF.
Freight. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, Harbour Freight. Yes, he's come up with Doug Miller. Yep.
Yeah.
And Copperell.
Mm.
Well done, Rob. Keep us up to the mark.
Well, it's American, so we don't get that over here all the
No,
time.
no, wouldn't know it anyway. So,
Mm.
but thank you, Chris. Copper says, "Awesome guys." I know we are. Yeah.
Mm.
Modest too.
Yeah, we're just too good to be true. Hopefully, we can see all of you, if not a few more, next week over the two separate sessions. They will be,
Yes,
mine will be
hopefully
on
it'll
my
be.
own channel, and Andy's will be on his own channel. We're doing them individually, but we can put up a pair of pictures later on, the
Yeah,
same as we will put up a thumbnail later on when we
which will
decide
be
how we're going to word it with both of
which
the
will be the
blanks
pair of
on
them.
it.
Yep. Mm.
Yeah, so
So
keep an eye out on both channels.
it could be interesting. Could be an absolute disaster, but we'll see. I think it
Oh,
should be interesting.
it'll be fun seeing how we
Yeah,
read the wood.
that's right.
We
Yeah,
both got our own slightly different styles.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's good as it should be.
Mm.
No problem with that at all. Anyway, that's jolly good. Well, that's a long old one. That's an hour and 40 minutes.
Hour and 40, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but still, there we are. When you're doing decorating and texturing, it takes extra time. And a
Mm.
12-inch bowl takes time, doesn't it? Just to do
Yeah,
a
you
bigger bowl.
can't rush something that big apart from only just doing the face of it.
Yeah, and with ash, it bounces if you try and rush it. It doesn't like
Mm.
it, it fights back. So, thank you, Tipsy. Have we got a Christian name for Tipsy? Tipsy Turner.
Yes, we did have.
All right. Okay.
But that was a few minutes back in the list.
Oh well, that's it. Then we've lost
Yeah,
it.
so totally lost it now.
Yeah. He says, a disaster would be interesting. Well, we might even oblige. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Haven't
it's
had too many
live,
yet, but
so
anything can happen.
no, I'm not Roy.
Yeah.
You've got Rich the Beard on tonight, or the Beard times 16
Yeah.
tonight. So we fill in, or Andy and I fill in between us every other week, which is why some weeks you'll see us both lunchtime and evening, but we try and change it around. No, I'm not tonight. So the next time I'm on, Roy, is next Tuesday lunchtime, followed by Andy on Tuesday evening.
Tuesday evening on the 12th of April, is that?
No,
Is it
no,
that one? No, it's not, is it?
29th.
Oh, 29th of March, beg your pardon.
Mm.
Yep. I thought that seemed too far away.
Oh, it's
Yes.
Jeff. Yeah, Tipsy is Jeff.
Oh, hello, Jeff. Sorry. I was obviously on the lathe and busy. I didn't notice.
Yeah, and
Name
obviously
come up.
my brain's gone as well. So,
And I won't promise to remember it for next week, but I'll try.
oh no, no. Between the two of us, we might, but
Yeah.
there's
I
a
had a list
strong
here, but
possibility that we won't.
I had a list here, but I've lost it.
Mm,
So it doesn't help really.
no,
Hey ho.
but you're more
Anyway, I
than
must.
welcome, all of you, regardless what you call yourself, Christian names or
Yeah.
initials. We enjoy talking to a
Very
blank
pleased to
screen
see you
or all
all.
of you. So,
Yep.
yes,
Yep.
join us again.
I must get back on with my pyrography.
Okay. No, it's
which I'm
not.
quite
It's not
enjoying.
pyrography. It's laser burning.
Laser pyrography,
Yeah.
to give it its
Yeah.
technical name. But no,
Mm,
it's good fun. It's good fun.
mm.
I've managed to break the machine. I've only had it 10 days, but it's working again. So yeah, good fun. Anyway, enough
Okay.
of that.
Yeah. And
And
I'm gonna have to go and disappear.
yep, I'm going to press the button. See you all soon. Thank you very much for coming along and
Thanks,
supporting
guys.
us.
See you all
Cheers.
next week.
Bye.